Yo, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time it's better late than never because I really should have been doing this video a while ago, but I decided not to. I was holding off for better images, and then it kind of dwindled down on how exciting this was, but I'm talking about it now, so here we go. Anyways, we're going to be talking about the newly revealed Studio Series version of the 86 Ironhide. So obviously we've got the Earthrise version that was kind of hard for a lot of people to get, especially myself. I've been having a lot of difficulties, especially around that time when Earthrise was coming out, trying to get some of the Transformers characters that I really wanted to get, especially in their Earth forms. I mean, I got the Siege one, and that's cool and all, but I wanted something that kind of reflected the Earth form, and I just couldn't obtain that. In fact, the only version of that mold I got for the Earth style is so far the Shattered Glass version of Ratchet. So I definitely am on board and open to a new version of Ironhide because one, it gives you the option, and two, I feel like it doesn't really take away if you already have the Ironhide, the original one. Like, yeah, this is a new mold and it definitely looks closer to that of the cartoon version of Ironhide, but if you're still satisfied with your Earthrise version of Ironhide, I don't know, maybe you don't really need to replace it, but we're going to talk about this. As far as the old mode is concerned, it does get a little choppy in areas, but it's definitely not as bad as the Classics Ironhide, which, yes, I do have, and the van mode is just terrible. So, I'm satisfied with this. I like the classic style of the van. I believe he's a Toyota, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it just cleans up pretty well. It looks very classic looking, especially at the front section. I like how squared off the sides are. It doesn't round off like the Earthrise one. It's just very boxy, very nice, and definitely looks like some sort of camper vehicle, so I like that. I like the colors of the wheels with the silver rims. I think that's nice because sometimes they don't like to paint the rims, but this time they do. Some people have said that it would be nice if it had a blast effect to shoot out of its chest. I think that would have been cool, but not really, necessary for this toy. And some people did point out that there's not an excessive amount of weapons because it is a Voyager class toy, but it's about the same size as a lot of the deluxes. And I gotta say that for budgetary reasons, it's kind of hard to gauge when we first see some of the Transformers toys. Like Hot Rod, for example, I thought, oh, that's just a typical deluxe, but then I got it and it's like, there's a little bit more than the typical deluxe here going on. So I'm not going to judge if the price is worth it right now. I feel like more people have to get the figure in hand, and I have to get the figure in hand to really gauge that. Also want to point out that there's a couple of pegs on top. Now you can plug the weapon that's actually included on top of that, but another cool thing that people have spotted is that that's likely to remold it into the Ratchet, because we can clearly guess that this is going to be Ratchet. That's another point I want to make, just kind of sidetrack here. So, we're getting a Core Class Ratchet, and we're getting a Voyager Class Ironhide, and people are thinking, oh, they're supposed to be in the same scale, that's why they're releasing both at the same time. And that's probably not the case. Hasbro loves doing their repaint, so obviously there's going to be a Core Class Ironhide and a Voyager Class Ratchet. But not only that, if they made two Ironhides, they would just overlap one another, or two Ratchets, they would overlap one another. So I think it's a smart move to release one and the other. And then later on down the road, obviously we're getting more toys, so you can expect a Core Class Ironhide and then a Voyager Class Ratchet. At least a Voyager Class Ratchet, I believe. So anyways, with that said, van mode looks good. Yeah, the red plastic doesn't really match. You can see this softer red plastic, and then the painted over, and then this more harder type of plastic. So it's got like 3 different colors of red. It looks kind of weird. But then we take a look at the robot mode, and this is the biggest comparison, and this is where a lot of people are hating it. I don't think it's necessarily bad. Honestly, if the Earthrise one didn't exist, I think more people would be on board with this toy, just in general. I don't think we would be as high up as, the fact that it's being released as a Voyager class toy. And to that, I will also say that it was pointed out in a review that I did actually watch, that, would you want Ironhide to be a little bit taller than, what he normally is? Because if they're going for scale, this is probably correct. This is what they should be going for. Now, I'm not saying that maybe they couldn't have bumped it down to a deluxe, but I'm saying that this is still the scale that I want, so, I'm not as picky with that. And I will admit that it seems like it fills out more with this toy. I do love how the feet actually transform with the toy, and the way it's done is pretty cool. The gun looks pretty nice. It's very basic, but, it's good. It would have been nice if he included a couple more accessories from the cartoon. I get that this is an SS-86 figure, but I don't think it would have been that big of a deal if he had more weapons. I do actually like the head sculpt. I know some people don't like the face, and I get that. I think I prefer the Earthrise one, but I don't necessarily mind this. I like how big the helmet is. I do like how they actually fill in the chest, you know, because there's that empty cavity inside there that looks kind of weird. I think the worst part about this new version of Ironhide is the underside of the arms. Now, I'm not someone that typically, you know, criticizes the hollowness of certain Transformers toys in certain areas, but it's weird how they hollow out the bottom of the fist. I think that's just something that they didn't need to do. But otherwise, I really do like how he turned out, personally. I get why some people don't, but me personally, it looks like Ironhide, and that's what I want it to look like. So, with that out of the way, what do you guys think? Please comment below, let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun doodads. And we'll see you guys next time.
AllSpark TV. Now that's just prime.